FBI Director Comey, we all know it, he said no Hillary indictment, but he might have done the anti-Hillary camp the greatest possible service. I'm not kidding. Think it through with me. This might be genius from the FBI director. I'm Randall Terry. This is Voice of Resistance.
Those who forsake the law praise the wicked. Those who uphold the law resist them. Welcome to the Voice of Resistance. Here's your host, Randall Terry.
If you are a political candidate, what do you want? Do you want to be the victim or do you want to be the villain? Think with me about this. Governor Rick Perry in Texas, former governor, now he refused to issue certain amounts of money to a county who had somebody that he said, look, we're not going to give money under these circumstances. Now, the people in the state agreed with him. People were thrilled with his courage. He used the purse to exert his will as governor, and he was within the bounds of the law. But some petty little partisans brought an indictment against him. The indictment made him look like a victim. The indictment made him look like a victim. And it played well in the public for him to be seen as resisting these political forces. Well, Hillary just basically got away with breaking the law, all right? So does she look like a victim in this situation? No. She looks like the villain. I want to play this clip for you, and then I will continue this line of thought. But I, along with you, experienced a level of rage. In fact, should I tell people the truth? What do you think? All right, there were women, I'm not going to say who were discussing putting on their long, the homeschool outfit, the homeschool uniform, long jean skirts, looking really modest and borderline frumpy. And they were going to go downtown and just start jumping up and down on police cars. Rock them, turn them over, set them on fire. Because that's the way you react when justice is denied. We learned that in Ferguson. We learned that in Baltimore. And even as I speak, there might be the conspiracy, the plans to go down there and to show their rage in the appropriate way. But I digress. It's a joke, and I actually think it's funny. Do that in your community. Get a film of it, all right? Go buy some old beat up cop car that's sitting in a junkyard and get a bunch of people to jump up and down on it and set it on fire and get it all on film. In a perfectly legal way, please do that. So anyway, watch this clip. And then I want to discuss with you how what Comey did actually might be more of a long-term problem for Hillary. All right, watch.
I did not email any classified material to anyone. There is no classified material.
110 emails in 52 email chains have been determined by the owning agency to contain classified information at the time they were sent or received.
I provided all my emails that could possibly be work-related.
Several thousand work-related emails that were not among the group of 30,000 emails returned by Secretary Clinton.
I thought using one device would be simpler.
She also used numerous mobile devices to send and to read email.
There were no security breaches.
It is possible that hostile actors gained access to Secretary Clinton's personal email account.
It was my practice to communicate with State Department and other government officials on their .gov accounts.
Hostile actors gained access to the private commercial email accounts of people with whom Secretary Clinton was in regular contact from her personal account.
No doubt that we've done exactly what we should have done.
They were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified information.
People will be able to judge for themselves.
We cannot find a case that would support bringing criminal charges on these facts.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
To be clear, this is not to suggest that in similar circumstances, a person who engaged in this activity would face no consequences.
Americans will find that, interesting, and I look forward to having a discussion about that.
Thank you to the folks at Reason who put that together. So, if you're Hillary, and she did get indicted, she could say, this is a political witch hunt. I have done nothing but what other people in my office have done. This is an outrage. This is unjust. But now what can she say? Well, Comey said that she, in fact, did have classified top secret emails that she was sending. Completely reckless. I mean, if you watch his 15-minute statement, you do come away thinking, how come she's not indicted? You just told us that she broke the law. You told us that she broke the law, but then you're just saying, but she's above the law? So I'm thinking maybe Comey did this on purpose. Maybe he didn't want to fall on his sword. Maybe he wanted to push Hillary on hers. Because by doing what he did, let's say that some of his underlings had recommended that there would be an indictment. And he went to Justice, and Justice said, no, we're not going to indict. We don't think that we can get a conviction here. Then what? What's he going to do? Resign? But by doing it this way, he doesn't have to resign in outrage. He basically looked like a patsy. He looked like something was really wrong. How are you going to stand up there and tell us that Hillary sent classified emails, that she destroyed emails? She was told to hand over her servers, and she destroyed some 30,000 emails. Okay? That in itself would make a person guilty of contempt of court instantly. You destroy evidence? So, by doing what he did, he makes himself look foolish, but way beyond that, he makes Hillary look like somebody who is above the law. And he is giving the Republican machinery, all right, now I'm looking at this in partisan analysis. He's giving the Republican machinery the scripts that they need to say that Hillary is a lawbreaker and she's so corrupt that she's actually above the law. And we just saw it in broad daylight. That's going to be a problem for her. If you own a business and would like to advertise on our program, please contact us. We are currently seen on over 130 television stations from coast to coast. We air at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then all times are local. We have a lot of reach, friend, and this is an opportunity at a great price for you to get your product or your service in front of hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people. Also, if there's something that's important to you and you'd like to have a month where you just say thank you to this ministry or promote a certain ministry or a certain cause, contact us. Our rates are incredibly affordable. You'd be surprised. And you, again, can reach into hundreds of thousands, perhaps millions of homes. We're currently seen possibly in over 30 million homes. So give us a call, give us an email, and we'll put a commercial up for you. The Washington Post said that what Hillary was doing was, quote, worse than any of us thought. Now, close quote. The Washington Post, they don't think along the terms that some of us think. So, no, this is not worse than I thought. What that means is that the Washington Post was looking at it like this. Man, I don't see nothing. Do you see something? I don't see nothing. Do you see something? I don't see anything. And then Comey comes out and says that there were 110 classified emails that were going back and forth. Comey comes out and says that it's likely that these messages were intercepted by hostile governments, whether from her server or from the servers of people that were unsecured that she was emailing with. Do you understand? His statement was so much more damning to her You know what? I cannot imagine what Comey did last night. I really can't. I mean, did he go home and cry? Did he go home and laugh? Did he go home and get drunk? I mean, what did he do? This is mind-boggling. If you think about it, he self-consciously read a teleprompter, took no questions from reporters. You can see his entire transcript online. You can read it and you can watch his 15-minute statement. And in that 15-minute statement, he gave clips that are now going to be seen. You're going to start to see them air on television, paid for by either the Trump people, by super PACs. You'll see them run in clips from the Republican National Committee. You'll see them run on television ads from local candidates. He gave a gift on a silver platter to the Republican machinery by saying in his statement that there was extreme recklessness, that it's likely or possible that other people in connection with this are going to be brought up on charges, or by saying that other people in similar situations would have been charged. What is he saying? Hillary's above the law? We just don't prosecute Hillary? I'm almost speechless. So but I have a TV show to do, so I have to keep talking. There's a level of either genius from him or malice towards Hillary. Because if I'm Obama's people and I'm Hillary's people, I'm sitting here thinking, you blankety blank, why didn't you just come out and say, we don't find any criminal wrongdoing? The end, we're not going to charge. Why didn't you say that? Instead, you had to go on and on and on and say that there was extreme recklessness, that Hillary destroyed evidence before turning it over to the Department of Justice. You have to say that it's likely that she got hacked by a foreign government. You have to basically give the ammunition to the political opponents of Hillary that she lied over and over again. That's what you had to do to us, Comey? You had to stick it to us like that? If you're Obama's people, you're seething right now. Because Obama went out on a limb and said, oh, she didn't do anything wrong. Oh, she did a lot wrong. Comey said so. But what Comey said is, we just don't prosecute our former first ladies. We don't prosecute, we don't indict people for this kind of stuff. Other people get indicted. You know, General Petraeus, he did far less, and he had to plea to a misdemeanor, had a plea bargain of a criminal charge. And what Hillary did was way worse. But we're not going to charge Hillary. So it's possible, it is possible, that what Comey did was just hardcore Machiavellian political spite by giving the weaponry that Hillary's enemies will need to make even her friends go, this really stinks. This really, really stinks. The Washington Post going, this is way worse than we thought. Comey might have just cost Hillary the election by not indicting her. I'll be right back. Friend, this program is supported by friends like you who believe in what we are doing. We run a very tight ship. Thankfully, we are on over 130 stations across the country, having tremendous impact. We get emails every day. We get letters in the mail, not every day, but almost every day. We hear from people who love what we're doing. What people don't understand is that it's sort of expensive to produce a television show like this. It doesn't require earth-shattering funds, but it does require financial help. So I am asking you, if you enjoy this program, throw us a $10 or a $20 bill every once in a while, or even a $50 or a $100 check. You see the address there on the screen. Your gifts are not tax deductible, by the way, because we want to be able to say what we want to say regarding politics without the IRS telling us no. So if you like the program, I ask for your support. If you just joined me, my name is Randall Terry. I am the host of this program, Voice of Resistance, and I thank you for joining me. We are going to watch this clip again, juxtaposing what Comey said in his press conference, where he said that they will not request of the Justice Department that charges be filed against Hillary, and Hillary's lies. Now, again, what you're going to see right now is the long version of political ads that are going to run on national television and on local television, statewide television, all across the country until the day of the election. And this does not deal with Benghazi even. I'll get to that in a minute. But what you're about to see is the beginning, kind of like the rough sketch of Hillary the liar. Never mind crooked Hillary. It's Hillary the liar. Watch what Comey says, and then watch Hillary's response, and then I want to talk to you about why I don't think anyone did look at what Comey said. Watch the clip.
I did not email any classified material to anyone. There is no classified material.
110 emails in 52 email chains have been determined by the owning agency to contain classified information at the time they were sent or received.
I provided all my emails that could possibly be work-related.
Several thousand work-related emails that were not among the group of 30,000 emails returned by Secretary Clinton.
I thought using one device would be simpler.
She also used numerous mobile devices to send and to read email.
There were no security breaches.
It is possible that hostile actors gained access to Secretary Clinton's personal email account.
It was my practice to communicate with State Department and other government officials on their .gov accounts.
Hostile actors gained access to the private commercial email accounts of people with whom Secretary Clinton was in regular contact from her personal account.
No doubt that we've done exactly what we should have done.
They were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified information.
People will be able to judge for themselves.
We cannot find a case that would support bringing criminal charges on these facts.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
To be clear, this is not to suggest that in similar circumstances, a person who engaged in this activity would face no consequences.
Americans will find that, interesting, and I look forward to having a discussion about that.
So again, this is the first sketch. There's other things that he said that weren't in this, and other things that she has said that they didn't use. So even as I speak, there are political hacks, political activists, political scriptwriters all across the fruited plain who are pulling little clips out of what Comey said, and they're finding places where Hillary went on the record lying. Now, Comey opened up saying that no one had told him to do this, that it was his decision, and no one had reviewed what he was about to say. I guarantee you that part is true. I guarantee you no one at the Justice Department, like the Attorney General, who recently met with Bill Clinton to, I'm sure, talk about grandkids, no one told him, yeah, we sign off on this. No one at the White House did. No one in the communications department at the White House, nobody at the White House signed off on this because it's so damning. All right? You know what we should do, Billy Bob? Here, I'll look back in this camera. We need to go ahead and play that whole thing for tomorrow's program. Let's just play his whole thing so that people get to watch it, because most people didn't get to see it. Then you'll see for yourself what I'm talking about. That Comey did a great disservice, not to the FBI. I really think so. I think that he did a great disservice, because what he said was, look, we have all this evidence. There really was illegal transfer of via email of top secret documents, but we're just not going to indict. We're not going to even say that there should be a plea bargain, nothing. So he did a disservice to the FBI, and I guarantee you there's a lot of people in the FBI who are livid right now, livid. But he also did a disservice to Hillary, and maybe that was the whole point of this, to just stick it to Hillary and to Obama, to say all that he did and then say, but we're not going to indict her. Yeah, this is how we roll. Just a little corrupt around the edges. I want to invite you to go to our website. Almost every book that I have ever written is available as a PDF online for free. We have a ton of products, training materials, tools that are available for you for free. All we ask for is that you give us your email address. That's it, so that we can stay in touch with you, and yes, from time to time, ask you to support this work. So I'm inviting you, go to the website. Now, for those of you who say, well, I don't want a PDF, I want a real book. You can get one of my books. All you have to do is pay for shipping and handling, and then give whatever gift you want. And if you can't afford anything, we'll send you the book for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Why are we doing all this? Because we want to change the direction of the country, and we need to raise up a fresh generation of warriors to do that. That's why we have this tool. I invite you, go to the website, see for yourself. The late Howard Phillips, God rest his soul, he used to say that your vote is the political currency of your virtue. Your vote is the political currency of your virtue, your ethics. I recently watched 13 Hours, and I recommend that you watch it. There are a couple things in it that will be of stress to you. If you love the Lord, they use the Lord's name in vain a couple of times. There's no immoral sexual scenes. If you've got teenage boys, teenage girls who can handle blood and gore, then they should see it. And the reason that they should see it, well, there's many reasons. One is that it really depicts the courage of our men that were over there. But it shows that Hillary was lying. And I'm promising you, I am making a promise to you, the viewer, and to the victims of Benghazi, that I'll do my best to mention Benghazi and dead babies on every show between now and Election Day, because you as a voter and me as a voter, we have to face God for our actions. Okay? All of us will give an account to God for things that we've done, failed to do, things that we've said, failed to say. And Hillary Clinton, what happened with the email stuff is small potatoes. Okay? The fact that Comey did not recommend that she be indicted is small potatoes compared to her position on the murder of babies and the fact that Americans died in Benghazi because of her gross negligence. Over 600 emails went to the State Department asking for more security. And when the attacks began on September 11th, 2012, they were frantically crying out for help, for assistance, and none came. Okay? That's Hillary. Those people are dead. And then Hillary had the gall, the unmitigated gall, to come out and say that it was a protest that went crazy and it was about a video in America. She lied through her teeth. She is a liar, okay? And if you vote for her, or if someone you know votes for her, just say to them, look, you're sinning against innocent blood if you vote for her. Just say it. You're sinning against innocent blood because she has promised to kill babies. And if you help her get to the White House and there's more dead babies, the blood she has on her hands, she's sharing it with you. And just say to your friend who's thinking of voting for Hillary, do you want to face God with that blood on your hands for Hillary's crimes?